So I'm going to be going to Japan, and I know I'm going to be buying a ton of stuff, and as you should, right? I mean, I recently went to New York and oh my gosh, the exchange rate killed me. I am based in Canada, so everything was a minimum 40% markup, just exchange rate alone. And the New York state tax is around 10%, so I am paying a premium, 50% on top of the retail price. So with that said, and all of us going on travel soon for the holidays and whatnot, it is time to figure out what is the best card to get when you are traveling abroad. So this is not a video if you are looking to earn the most points to redeem for travel, which I have a separate video on that you could click. This video is going to be on what card to bring with you when you are actually traveling abroad. And I know that racking up points can be a ton of work. Some people have a spreadsheet going on and all of that. So if racking up points is not for you, which I totally get, then this video might be it because it will help you save money while you're spending in another country. For anyone who is new here, I'm Grace. I am based in Canada, so all of my content is essentially around Canadian credit cards, how we can maximize our points to get the most travel for less. So if this is something you're interested in, please click the subscribe button down below and give me a thumbs up on this video so that you could get up-to-date news on what is the latest and greatest credit cards from my best recommendations. I have 3 cards to share with you. So the first one is the Scotiabank Gold American Express card. So this is the card that I am actually been eyeing because it's actually a pretty good deal at the moment. So first off, this card has no foreign transaction fees. So usually when you do swipe your credit card, there is the exchange rate. Then on top, the credit card merchant, whether it's Visa, MasterCard, or Amex, they will also charge around a 2.5% to 3% foreign transaction fee on top of that. So with this credit card, you automatically do not need to pay for that, which is a 2.5% savings. You can think of it that way. And right now the offer is first year free, so meaning you don't have to pay the annual fee, which is a great perk because those are hard to come by nowadays. And also, what can you get with it is that for every 100 points that you redeem, you can get $1 off of your travel. I know this is not the best way to redeem your points. However, today we are talking about credit cards that you can take with you in order to save some money versus racking up points, which has a different card and a different purpose. So you can think of it as that your first year you get $450 free, plus also your first year free, and whatever you spent, depending on what category it's in, you could also get a multiplier. So some categories, like if you shop at Safeway, for example, or Sobeys, etc., that chain, you can get 6 times the points, and then for some of the stuff, it's 5 times 3 to the point. So it's actually not too bad. When I was looking at Scene Points, I was like, what the heck is the Scene Points? I am not someone that goes to the movie theaters so often, but now that I realize that you could redeem it for travel, then it's actually not so bad after all, right? So that is the first card I would recommend, which is the Scotiabank Gold American Express. The second card I would recommend is the Scotiabank Passport Visa. This one here actually has a higher annual fee of $150. There is also no first year free, okay? You also save on the foreign transaction fee, which is pretty nice. And on top of that, you do get lounge access with this card. So if you are going to be frequently traveling somewhere, then it's kind of nice to have that lounge access before you board your flight, or if there's a layover and it's been 2-3 hours, and this is a great place to kind of chill for a little bit as well. Why am I putting this card next to the Scotiabank Gold is because I know some places or some countries do not take American Express. So which is why I'm giving you the Visa option for this particular card as well. So that said, one has an annual fee, which is the Visa one. The Amex has first year free at the moment, which is really nice. So it really is up to you what country you're going to and which card will be accepted. That is super crucial in differentiating the 2 different cards. And lastly, the Wise card. This is not a credit card. This is actually a debit card instead. So for anyone who doesn't know what Wise is, not sponsored at all, but open to it. So Wise essentially is a tool that I personally use when I am exchanging currency online, especially when I have stocks that are in USD that I need to cash out and put into Canadian dollars. And because when you're going from USD trading to Canadian, you can't actually do that. It has to flow into a USD account first, then trade over to Canadian. So while it can do that, it also has another feature, which is their Wise card. So essentially what it is that once you have your base currency, for me, it is in Canada, so I would load up the card with Canadian currency first. So whether that is maybe, let's say, $1,000 in Canada that I'm going to be spending elsewhere. So once you're in the account, you can actually create up to 40 different currencies in that one card. So I can open up a Japanese yen, I can open up a USD, and I can convert that 1,000 into Japanese yen. So the great thing about this card is that you can travel elsewhere without bringing cash. Okay, so you get the benefit of that initial exchange rate right when you first exchange it, and then you're spending that on your Wise card. Okay, so this is really great if you are someone that isn't too much of a fan of credit cards, you want to spend cash but not carry cash with you, then this is a great way, because every time you do swipe your credit card, you are subject to the live exchange rate and also perhaps some fees as well. So with the Wise card, you don't have that live exchange rate because you've exchanged all of it already in one go. And they also have an ATM version, but do keep in mind the limit. If you do exceed the limit, there will be a higher service fee. But otherwise, if you keep it below that, then it has a very, very small service fee compared to your regular bank ATM card fees. So those are the 3 different options that I found. I personally will be going for the Scotiabank Gold Amex, because once again, first year free, you get about 45,000 points, which is pretty great. It's about $450 worth. You do also save on the foreign exchange, which is great. Earn rate is decent depending on what category, so I can live with it. But all in all, I am paying nothing to get all of these perks. So that said though, if you love this video and you found this helpful, please give me a subscribe down below so that you can get more videos like this one recommended to you. And as mentioned before, I will be going to Japan soon, so I will be vlogging that entire trip. That trip, I will be reviewing the Ritz-Carlton Fukuoka hotel that I'll be seeing for the very first time and also the very last time. I will also be sharing with you my adventures in Disney Sea, Fukuoka, Okinawa as well, traveling to the different islands and giving you a different perspective of Japan aside from your typical Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. So if this is something you're like, please do follow along and click subscribe down below. And again, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. We have a great community of people who are also credit card enthusiasts, so I'm sure they are also happy to answer some of your questions as well. With that said though, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really enjoyed this because I had to research this all on my own, spent hours, and hopefully you found this helpful. And we'll see you again next time. Bye!